A tale of two Seikos. How did I end up with two? Why do I have two? There is a reason. So as most of you know, or some of you may know, I have a lot of watches that I wear on a daily basis. Most of them are Casios, and most of them are digital. Stuff like this G-Shock. Stuff I can wear to work every day, and if it gets banged around, I am not going to worry about it too much. But on the other hand, I wanted to have at least one nice automatic watch. Something that maybe I would wear to work once in a while. But most likely on my days off I would wear. And so I first picked up this guy here. These are both Seiko 5s. The Seiko 5s are a line of automatic watches from Seiko that are a little bit smaller and a little bit on the more affordable side. Both of these watches are about $120 Canadian. I don't know what that would be, $80 US or something probably if you looked around. Seiko 5s have a very popular reputation for being a budget-friendly automatic. Basically one of the cheapest automatics you can get. That's a brand name. So Seiko is a Japanese brand, been around for a long time, and so to get a brand name automatic for, $80 US is pretty great. And so I wanted to pick up a Seiko 5 and started with this one. I bought this one off Amazon, and it originally came with this metal strap on it. And I wanted one with a metal strap because, I mostly wear these Casios, right? And I do have a few Casios with metal straps. I got the little guys like this. And I've got like the big Casino Royale, which I showed off in another video. But most of them are nylon or on NATO straps. I got a lot of watches on NATO straps. And so I wanted something else on a metal strap, metal band. And so again, picked this one up sight unseen on Amazon. And then only realized that it didn't fit on my wrist. Now, I have 8-inch wrists, so they're pretty big wrists. So you might think, well, of course it doesn't fit. But let's be real here. My little Casio F91, that fits. These little Casios with the metal straps on them, or the metal bands, these fit. So the fact these little Casios can fit me, it was surprising that this didn't. So this, with all the links in it, and the adjustments completely maxed out, was still borderline a little bit too tight. And I was like, wow, that's surprising. And kind of disappointing at the same time. So ended up putting it on a NATO strap. You do have the strap that goes through the lugs, and then that's got to kind of meet with the strap. So these kind of look okay when there's a gap anyways. When I'm wearing this one, I think it looks kind of neat the way that it sits. It sits up a little bit higher. And so it's okay on a NATO strap. One thing I do not like is this is a 19mm lug width, which if you're familiar with watches and watch straps, you're usually going to find 18mm and then 20mm. It's not very common that you're going to find 19mm straps or watch bands. So I had to cram a 20mm strap into a 19mm lug, which is why it is kind of binding a little bit. And that doesn't look perfect, but it looks alright. And it's, I got this dark blue navy strap color that matches the color of the face. So, overall I was happy with it, although it kind of sucks the whole thing. And, the whole reason I bought it was I wanted one with a metal band. Hence, we have two now. So, bought this one, didn't fit. Wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, if I would send it back, or just buy a NATO strap, which is obviously what I did. So I got the NATO strap on there, and I liked it. But then, a few days later, literally just a few days later, I was in a big antique store, and they had lots of furniture and, like, old desktop fans from the 40s and old radios and stereo equipment. I had a lot of neat stuff in there. And this one display cabinet was filled with watches, and a good portion of them were Seikos, and they were all brand new. This still had the plastic, the clear plastic over the face and over the bands. It was brand new, and they all were. Like, they had a bunch of Seikos, and they were all brand new. My assumption is they are Amazon returns, and I got to see it in the store, and it was a fair bit cheaper. It wasn't super cheap. I paid about $30 less than what this goes for on Amazon. But again, it was brand new, so what did I have to lose? Had all the paperwork inside. It was brand new. So $30 less than I would have paid on Amazon. But more importantly, I got to see it in the store, and I realized that it has a very different style. This one is basically just friction based. You pull on it, it opens, and you kind of just push on it and it closes. And as soon as I saw the back of this one, I realized it's got little pushers, little spring-loaded buttons. And the band was a bit bigger. Thing is, I got to try it on in the store, and not only did it fit, it fit with a little bit of wiggle room. So it's not even maxed out. Whereas, this one maxed out was too tight, and this one's got a bit of wiggle room. So, hey, there's my Seiko with the metal strap that I wanted. Right there in store, got to pick it up, and it was $30 less than I would have paid on Amazon anyways. So yes, these are both automatic. What does that mean? Well, it means that they're basically completely mechanical. There's no electronics in these. There's no battery, there's no quartz, there's no solar power. These are 100% mechanical, like watches used to be, back in the beginning of the century. So what automatic refers to is the fact you don't have to wind it. So, the old mechanical watches, you either had to wind it or it was an automatic. And the way an automatic works is you've got a weight back in there, and the weight moves around as you move your wrist around. So you can see the weight moving as you move your wrist. And that basically is like a ratchet system that's going to ratchet a spring, or tighten up a spring, and that's winding up the spring is what's going to power this thing. So it's completely mechanical. There's no batteries, there's no quartz. You can actually see the little flywheel there going back and forth. I think that's like 8 times a second. One thing on a quartz watch, you'll always be able to tell the difference looking at the second hand. The second hand on a quartz watch is going to tick every second. So the one on the left is battery powered, it's quartz, and you can see the second hand going tick, 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 tick. It moves a second every second. On a automatic, or any mechanical watch, you're going to see the seconds hand on there moving like every 8 times a second, I think. Almost looks smooth. So you just have a very smooth movement to the seconds hand. So it's just different than a quartz, and that's how you can tell. So, again, I wanted an automatic. Originally wanted one with a metal band. Took me 2 to get there, but I actually like both, so it worked out. I really do like both. Some people don't like these metal bands, especially the Seiko ones. A lot of people say they pull hairs out. Well, my arms aren't that hairy. So I don't have that problem with these. I find the metal bands are comfortable. I find the NATO strap is comfortable, so I like both, and I wear both. They both have the day, the day of the week and the day of the month, date on there. I really like the dark blue face on this with that sort of sunburst effect it's got. And they both have the glass in the back to see the mechanicals inside, but when you put a NATO strap on a watch, you kind of lose that feature because the strap goes underneath. So if you put a NATO strap on a automatic watch and it's got the clear glass on the back, just remember that you're going to lose that feature. You can't look at it at Well, as easily anyways. But yeah, I like both of these. They both have really nice loom on it. This one especially. So let me turn the light off for a second. So there is the loom on that guy. All the hours light up. The whole hour, I don't know what you want to call it, little plate or whatever, is loom. So nice big hour marks on there. And the other one, now, so this one, when you look at it in the light, it's very obvious that the hours are loom, and so I expected that. And when I got this one, the hours are smooth, and they're all metal, so it didn't look like the hours were going to light up in the same way, and they don't, but I didn't expect them to light up at all, and they do, so I'll show you what this one looks like at night. So there is the loom on this one. So very small hour marks with the loom, but I was surprised that I wasn't expecting them to glow at all. So that was actually a pleasant surprise that they do glow. So yeah, they both have side by side there at night. They both have really nice loom on there. If you've got normal sized wrists, or even smaller, slightly smaller wrists, you're really going to like this one. It looks really nice with the metal strap on there. The way the strap lines up with the case looks really nice. So I would definitely recommend this one if you have smaller wrists. I think they're awesome. They both look awesome. I'm actually glad I got both now. I do like both. So there you go. See you guys later.